Good day everyone, my name is Cindy Asuncion and we are here to present our Capstone project proposal entitled Perasura, a mobile application for solid waste micromanagement. Chapter 1 Introduction. Rationale of the project. According to the official website of the Province of Isabela 2015, San Isidro is a 5th class municipality that has 13 barangays and has a total of 7,200 hectares. With the growing population of the said municipality also includes improper waste disposal and lack of disposal system. Uncollected waste end up in rivers, irrigation canal and other bodies of water, contributing to clogging of irrigation systems. Incineration of solid waste also contribute to the rapid climate change and global warming. The barangay also lacks on trash receptacles, storage, and transport in supporting the solid waste management protocol. The legislation was not fully implemented and fines were too small. The barangay billiard floor of San Isidro Isabela used leaflet and tarpaulin and announcement through barangay sound system related with proper waste management. Aside from that, one of the barangay income generating is to collect and buy waste or trash of the resident. Even the other barangay residents sell their trash that can be sold to junk shop. The solid waste micromanagement mobile application is proposed to help encourage proper waste management and to have a tool in managing the information related with trash being collected, including the computation and record keeping of the revenue of the barangay from the said activity. The mobile application is dubbed as Perasura, a contraction between pera or money and basura or trash or waste. The barangay officials will serve as an intermediary between the junk shops and community. The project highlights: the users who are the members of the community or barangay make use of the mobile application. Perasura e-request. The user makes the request to the mobile app to sell his or her collected recyclable materials on a date. Perasura calculator. The user can make an estimate on how much the user will earn from the recyclable materials. Perasura notification of request. The admin or the barangay official sees the request in a web application and makes the necessary actions to the request. Once granted, the barangay official will be tasked to collect and pay the solid waste. Perasura Manage waste. Treasurer account, which is the admin to manage waste collection. Perasura Finance. Treasurer account, which is the admin to manage financial statements. Objectives of the project. This study aims to design and develop a Perasura, a mobile application for solid waste micromanagement, which could be used by the barangay in promoting proper solid waste management and to monitor barangay income generating in the project of collecting trash to residents and selling it to junk shop. Especially, it aims to simulate system functionalities for administrator or the barangay treasurer. The administrator can manage system users, manage information related with trash or waste collected to residents, manage financial statement of the barangay in selling trash or waste to junk shop, generate reports like the summary of financial statement of selling trash to junk shop, summary of residents who sell trash or give trash to the barangay, summary of revenue of the barangay monthly and yearly using tabular and graphical representation. The resident. The resident can view the following solid waste management topics: the sources, composition, disposal, recycling, and valorization. View trash or waste that can be sold to the barangay, request to sell collected recyclable materials, and the system will be evaluated using ISO 25010 standards in terms of the following: functional suitability and portability. Scope of the study. The proposed application will include barangay officials to serve as a regulator between the community and the junk shops. Subsequently, the presence of the barangay officials in the mobile application may warrant fairness between the community and the junk shop. Perasura, a mobile application for solid waste micromanagement, caters to users, the administrator or the barangay treasurer, and the residents. The limitation of the study. This study is limited only for the 13 barangays of San Isidro. Only members of the community or barangay can use the application. The barangay office of Bilipur San Isidro will manage the users of the app. The user required an internet connection to send a request, otherwise, the request will not be sent to the server. Chapter 2. Review of related literature. Synthesis. The proponents give everlasting gratitude for the salutary to the related literature and studies stated in this research, which are relevant to this system. Similarities were observed involving the features in the different projects and studies that are similar to the proposed system. The synthesis of the study has been a part of reviewing and summarizing the field of the studies involved. The studies conducted by the researchers serve as the foundation for the development of the design and enhancement of the proposed project. Conceptual of the study. Conceptual of the study consists of input, process, and output. Under input, we have knowledge requirements, software requirements, and hardware requirements. Under process, we have planning, system analysis, system design, development, testing, and implementation. And the output is Perasura, a mobile application for solid waste micromanagement. Chapter 3. Methodology. Under requirement analysis is fishbone diagram. Figure 2 shows the problem and issues feed by the proponents. The major problem is the poor management of solid waste of the residents of the municipality of San Isidro. Gantt chart. Table 1 shows the time management and the foundation of the conducting of the project. It will serve as a planning tool to provide scheduled planned activities throughout the duration of the study until the implementation of the Perasura mobile app. Wireframe. Wireframes are used to construct the visual interface of the system. Figure 3. Login form. Figure 3 shows the login form of the system. Before accessing the system, user needs to enter his or her username and password. This is done to secure the security of the system. Figure 4. Administrator profile. Figure 4 shows the administrator profile of the system. The administrator will manage the system and manage the request of the users. Figure 5. Members list. Figure 5 shows the registered members on the system. The admin can manage and view all members or members in a specific barangay. Figure 6. Attendance. Figure 6 contains the recording of the member attendance including date and time and their barangay address. Figure 7. Generation of reports. Figure 7 shows the generation of reports. The admin can generate reports including the revenue, financial statement, and attendance of the members. Figure 8. Notifications. Figure 8 shows the request of the members. The admin can view and confirm the notification request. Figure 9. Claim request. Figure 9 shows the transaction form between the admin and the member who will sell his or her recyclable materials. Figure 10. Valorization. Figure 10 shows a screen where the admin can manage valorization about the waste to be sold in the barangay. Figure 11, Login Form. Figure 11 shows the login form of the user of the mobile application. The users will required to input their username, password, and click the Login button. Figure 12, Main Menu. Figure 12 shows the main form wherein upon login, it will directly proceed to this screen. Figure 13, User's Schedule. Figure 13 shows the user's schedule screen wherein the users will able to request a date of transaction of the barangay officials. Figure 14, Setting a Date. Figure 14 shows a screen which upon clicking the request and sell button, the user will schedule the date of transaction. Figure 15, Selecting an item to sell. Figure 15 shows a screen which upon setting the date, the user will select an items to sell in the barangay. Figure 16, User Profile. Figure 16 shows a screen about the user's personal information required on the Perasura mobile app. Figure 17, User Earnings. Figure 17 shows the statistical earnings and the total amount the user earned in selling recyclable materials. Figure 18, Trivia. Figure 18 shows a screen where the users can view topics and trivia about the solid waste management. Figure 19, Valorization. Figure 19 shows a screen where the users can view valorization about the waste to be sold in the barangay. Technical background. Figure 20, Perasura, a mobile application for solid waste micromanagement. Figure 20 shows the different components of framework. The user can able to access the entire system using a mobile phone. The mobile phone that will be used must be powered by Android. Data, software, and hardware specification. The software specifications includes Windows 8.1 operating system serves as the operating system of the computer. Visual Studio Code for web writing and the development of the mobile application. PHP to support bootstrap and effectiveness of creating a software product. Bootstrap for the layout of the proposed system, and MySQL as database that will keep the user's information regarding their respective accounts. Table 2, Hardware Specifications. Table 2 shows the hardware specification used in the application. Data, the actual forms from agency. Figure 21, Barangay Census Form. Figure 21 shows the Philippine Barangay Census Form in collecting the data of the resident in relation with resident's profile.
Hi, I'm Antoinette Tibakay, and I am here to discuss the functional decomposition diagram, data flow diagram, entity relationship diagram, system design, development testing, software testing, and implementation plan.
Functional decomposition diagram. In functional decomposition diagram show the different modules that are needed in the system. The administrator and user must log in to access the system. The administrator is authorized to manage system users, manage members' profile, manage attendance, manage reports, claim requests, and manage valorization. The user can view valorization, request through the app, and select items, view their earnings, access their profile, and can view trivia. Data flow diagram. In figure 23, data flow diagram of administrator. Show the expanded data flow diagram in the administrator side. It where all the data processing done by administrator and the activity or feedback the system does in the query done by the admin. In figure 24, data flow diagram of user. This shows the expanded data flow diagram of the system in the user side. It is where all the data was done and the activity or feedback the system does in the query done by the users. Entity relationship diagram. In entity relationship diagram or ERD, figure 25 show the entity relationship diagram to present the logical flow of the system. It contains relationship from each other. The proponents use the crew fit in identifying in every table. System design. In system design, there are system development methodology. In order to develop the project, the researchers followed the pace of system development life cycle or SDLC using rapid application development or RAD. RAD is a methodology for compressing the analysis, design, build, and test pieces into a series of short, interactive development cycle, and it allows software to be written faster and make it easier to change requirements. In development and testing, there are data gathering procedure. In the development of the project design, the researchers asked for the barangay captain's permission to conduct a survey or to float questionnaires. The survey serves as the feasibility research in gathering data. The respondent of the survey are the barangay residents of San Isidro. After conducting the survey, the researchers will tabulate the answers. Then, the documentation and creation of prototype will start. The interview method was used by the researchers to seek opinions and information for the benefit of the study. Also, the internet research method were used to gather data and information. Data analysis. Data analysis is the process of systematically applying statistical and or logical technique to describe and illustrate, condense and recap, and evaluate data. It is the process of inspecting, cleaning, transforming, and modeling data with the goal of highlight useful information, suggesting conclusion, and supporting decision making by providing basis of conclusion. The proposed system will be evaluated wherein Likert scale will use to determine the result of the survey among its users. Each respondent receives a rating 1 to 5. In Table 3, the Likert scale conversation, and this is the qualitative description and rating scale. Population of the study. The respondent of this study are considered of the following: 1 barangay captain, 1 barangay treasurer, 8 purok officials, and 40 residents coming from the 13 barangays. The population of the study will consist a total of 50 respondents from the resident of San Isidro. The researcher will use convenience sampling in selecting respondent. Software testing. In software testing, the system underwent testing to make sure that it meets the user's needs, to eliminate errors during the program cycle, and to determine the system's reliability and feasibility. The system had undergone the application testing, alpha testing, beta testing, performance testing, and acceptance testing. Alpha testing was performed to evaluate whether the functionalities of the system are working properly. Beta testing was used to gather new ideas, suggestions, and comments from the clients and to criticize the system for improvement. Acceptance testing was performed as the final stage of the testing phase. This was designed to ensure that the user of the system performs what he or she is supposed to expect to do and accomplish. Implementation plan. In implementation plan for server, This shows the implementation plan performed by the researchers. Like any other system, the first thing to do in implementation is the setting up all required peripherals like desktop or laptop. Next is the installing all the necessary applications like Visual Studio Code and MySQL, which are the major tools to run the system together with SQL file and database connection needed. Then running the system is now ready. After making sure that the system is running, you can now explain and instruct the agency representative who will become the users of the system and let them operate until they perfectly perform everything. Then let them evaluate the system based on their experience while running and operating the system. In implementation plan for server, this shows the implementation plan for the app performed by the researchers, which includes submitting in Google Play services. The software had to be installed on the respondent initially. The researcher used the implementation strategy to smoothly roll out the technology to the users. The second option was to install the app for Android phones. The next step was the user training, which entailed showing the responders the application and teaching them how to use it. Allowing the agency to operate and investigate the application is the fourth method. The application will be successfully implemented after the evaluation is completed and the feedback is positive. That's the end. Thank you.